Okay, 5-10, representing a portion, representing parts of parts. So we're going to be representing a portion of another portion, or part of a part. And that can be thought of as finding a part of a part. We've talked about that a lot when I was there last week. For each of the parts of a part described below, work with your team to figure out what part of a whole is described. For each problem, show at least one picture or diagram that helps you make sense of the problem. Okay, so again, the key word here is really part of a part. We've been talking about that for a long time, part of a part. Okay, so A is asking us, okay, how do you find what 3/5 of 2/7 is? So 2/7, this is the original amount. Original amount. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw a diagram for that. And you know what? For this one, I like doing Sonia's, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on Sonia's. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this quickly. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. Okay. So the original amount again is 2/7. So I'm going to draw out 2/7. There's 1/7 and there's 2/7. Okay. So what this is saying, 3/5 of the 2/7, only 3/5 of them are actually there now, or that's the part that we're trying to find, 3/5. So to do that, to find 3/5 of this amount, we break each of these portions into 5 pieces. 3, 4. So again, this is broken into 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is broken into 5 pieces. Now let's take a look at this. Okay. Of the pieces we have of the 2/7, we have 3/5. So there's one piece and there's 2 pieces here, right? So the first piece we only have 3/5 of it, so 3/5. That's 3/5. Okay. Here's another 3/5. Okay, so all together we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the green. Okay. So the denominator, or the amount we now have, is going to be 6. We have 6 pieces out of how much? Okay, a lot of us are going to think, okay, out of 10, because that's all we had here, but we have to think of the entire picture here. Okay, so instead, it's not just going to be it's not going to be 5, it's not going to be 6 out of 5, it's not going to be 6 out of 10 either. 6 out of 10 is 60%. We're not talking about 6 out of 10. We're talking about out of this whole thing. Well, we have to imagine there's another 5 here. Oops, sorry, to make that 15 total. Another 5 here to make it 20, 25, 30, and 35. So A would be 6 out of 25. 3/5 of 2/7 is 6 out of 25. Okay, let's take a look at B. B's asking, what is 1/2 times 1/10? Well, remember, the multiplication just means 1/2 of 1/10. Okay, so for this, we have to create a picture. Whatever you guys decide is, fine. It's up to you guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna go ahead and do. I forgot the first one's name. I think Grant, where he had the rectangular box. So I'm gonna do something like that. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we kind of just imagine. Can't really make this a dotted line, unfortunately. Can I? No, can't. So there's one here. There's one here. There's one here. There's one here. Try and do this quickly. This one here. Might not be very straight, but let's try to save some time. Ooh, that's bad. Let's go back one. back. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now we have 10 pieces. Okay, we have 10 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. Okay, and remember, this is the original amount, right? So the original fraction we have is we have 1/10. So only one of these boxes would be shaded in. Okay, this is 1/10. We all know that this is 1/10. Okay, no dispute there. Okay, this is something we want to take a look at now. Okay, we only have 1/2 of this. And when we say 1/2 of 1/10, we're not talking about 1/2 of this entire thing. That just means 5/10. We're talking about 1/2 of what we already had. 1/2 of the portion we had. So what I would do is just break this in half. So we could sort of imagine that this is cut in half right here, right down the middle. Okay, and okay, of the portion that we had of the original, okay, remember the yellow is the original, of the original, only half of it, we only have half of it now. That's the portion we have. We have 1/2 of it. So all together what we have is 1 out of, okay, it's not 1 out of 2. Okay, 1 out of 2 is just 1/2. We need 1/2 of this whole thing. So now we have 1 out of, well, there's 10, 1 out of 10, and 1 out of 20. There's 10 on this side, there's 20 here. So 1 out of 20. Okay, so 1/2 of 1/10 is 1 out of 20.